Hi there, this is Zikri Khalil from the It Matters show. Today, again, we are back with another series of individuals around the country where they get to share a bit more of why they do what they do, what does it really matter to you, and how does it resonate with anyone who's watching this and wanting to do things for the better, even during this ridiculous epidemic times that we're living in. So I'd like to invite our special speaker for today, John Paul, who represents Champions, an organization back in Borneo in Sarawak, Malaysia. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause virtually to John Paul. Welcome to the show, John Paul.
Is it great? Thanks for having me on the show. Yes.
Likewise. So John Paul, I mean, we've known each other for quite some time, but unfortunately, many of our audience are not sure about what you guys do. I mean, the name itself, the Champions, sounds very heroic, sounds very novelty-based organization in Sarawak, but at the same time, there's more to that. And I was wondering if you could just incite positively to our audience over here.
So first and foremost, my name is John Paul. I'm one of the co-founders of this organization called the Champions. So yeah, what is the Champions and why such a name? So essentially, we're a group of young people aimed at being champions in our own micro communities, wherever it may be, in our school, within our friends, in our campus, at home. These are all many ways that you can be champions and you can stand up for something, you can advocate for something, and that's what we're doing through volunteerism, through collaboration, through many other means. So yeah.
So when you mean champion, what is the main requirement of your organization of advocating a certain image of a champion within your community? Is it more about doing more good? Is it more about focusing on the real issues and problems that local communities in Borneo are facing? How would you make it easier for us to know of those of that work?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, there are two main sort of like unwritten rules. Number one is availability over ability, and number two is inclusivity over exclusivity. So let me elaborate a bit. So availability. So currently in the world, there are some people with amazing abilities and so many talents, etc. But we aren't exactly focused on people with amazing charisma or talent or anything. We're looking at those who are available, who don't really have much to bring to the table, but who are willing, who want to give back. And give back, it can be in the context of your rural community. It can be in the context of your another NGO, and you need help. You want support. You want to be involved. You come to us, we connect you, we direct you to programs that are available, whether our own programs or our partners' programs. So it's more about we bring all these different groups of people together. We run volunteer programs through other NGOs or through our own programs. So we've got camps, seminars, rural outreach programs. Yeah, just to name a few.
Well, thank you for running that through us by sharing some of these amazing initiatives that I know personally that you have run throughout these past years. And it's paramount for the audience here trying to learn more on the things on your why, like why do you do it? And I think my next question is more about if these are the types of issues or problems that you're trying to tackle through the Champion. How are these things related to any individual like me? Why should I, as an individual person living in Kuching, Sarawak, need to care? I mean, how is it affecting me as an individual? Perhaps you can give an example or or maybe share some specifics on why it matters to me the most as an individual living near where all these events are occurring for you.
All right. So I think so as a youth-based organization focused on community building, we realized one thing, that as we progress with all this new age technology and all, there appears to be a disconnect within within people in society. We tend to be glued to our phones. We tend to be apathetic to issues happening in the world, and it's a shame. It's a shame that this is happening in a country that that holds so much value in our community, in our society. So all we're doing is we're just, or we are not telling everyone that we are better, we are good, we are great. We're telling everyone that together, if we can consider these issues that are affecting another minority community, together, if we can ideate solutions to problems that are coming up in the world today, in Malaysia or Sarawak today, then together there is a way forward. And that is why our Champions motto that we really hold so dearly to is, the only way forward is together.
I mean, it's very nice to hear all the nature behind your where you are at. I mean, it's so. I'm just speaking from the fact that we're still here in full lockdown in Kuala Lumpur, so it's nice to see hear a bit of birds and a bit of nature at your end, JP. And thank you for rectifying that. And I think what you mentioned there does make people to understand the simplicity of why we should at least care, especially being an individual living in Malaysia, or in your case, where all these communities are in Sarawak. But I think this leads to you could say my second last question, and knowing the fact that with all the initiatives that you have through all the camps, even I've been through one of your camps, which has been truly life-changing for these individual young youth, from college students to high school students. I believe one of your camp goers is also Miss World Malaysia, which is one of the many examples that you have portrayed. And of course, I'm extremely proud of you. And now she's a big advocate for you guys. I want to, maybe you could share one of the main techniques or one of the main framework that makes your organization producing these kind of results. What are those? Is it based down on the type of individuals that you have running these camps to create ordinary people to extraordinary champions of their own communities? What are those magical tools that you have over there that's producing these kind of people, and how can we help?
Okay. So I think for us in the Champions, we've always focused on building the team. So over the past 8 years, the good that has come out of our organization has only been because of the team. It's not because of me. It's not because of my other co-founder, Jocelyn. It was a full team effort. Every volunteer that signed up brought something else to the table. Every random Tom, Dick, and Harry that we engaged somehow had something great to bring to the table. And that is why we know that we have to hold on to the idea of inclusivity rather than exclusivity. Literally anyone can join our programs. Literally anyone can be a part of our team. We do not say whether you need to have certain qualifications. No, come. Whether you realize it or not, there's value. Whether you realize it or not, there's something that you can do that can really impact the lives of some people. And that's actually one of the main reasons. As long as you invite anyone to the table and you help them find their own I don't know, their own magic, and I think a lot of good things will come out of that. And all my team members have been so amazing. Yeah.
So it's all about the team that you have who's
Okay.
able to plant these seed of champions, I would say, crafted well through the experience that the the camps that you're running. Because I know it's almost like going through a Tony Robbins camp, the way how I see it, and that's the same vision I would share with you as well. So I truly get that, and I hope our audience understood holistically how this is what camps should be for crafting champions, and I thought we should try to get more message from you on how can you get people to join not to join, to take part with the champions, or how do I, if I were living in Bintulu right now in Sarawak, take part in such an initiative? Is it growing in many of the parts of the nation that I could directly come at you and join? And what message would you like to give to all the audience here listening, as one of the co-founders of the champions? What would you like to tell all of us, and how can we do more?
Well, outside of the pandemic, definitely we have so many physical programs, and we usually travel across the state for various different camps or events or programs. But with the onset of the pandemic, a lot of our plans have been canceled, especially for face-to-face programs. We have pivoted to a number of digital programs, and definitely you can check them out. Anyone can check them out through our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Strike up a conversation, talk to us. Even if we have nothing running at the moment, and if you have an idea of something that you feel aligns with us and that we can do something together, come. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Let's ideate. Maybe we can put something out together. So there's no like hard and fast rule. We are very fluid. There is no top level management, middle level. We just yeah, it's a very fluid, adaptive team that we can really work with any situation, with anybody, and yeah, pretty much.
That's great. I mean, there's a lot of call to action that we even listed down here. If you're looking down here, there's ways for you to get in touch with the champions. And don't forget to follow the champions also on theincitement.com as well, because they're also using the platform. And feel free to get in touch directly with JP over here. And any last words, JP, before we go? Any inspirational quotes you'd like to share, or just incite us all on what can we do best during this challenging times?
I think one of the things that myself, the co-founder, my teammates, we really hold fast to is the spirit of community. And I think with everything that's happening in the world today, it's very important that we hold on to that. And yeah, once again, the only way forward is together. So if there's something that you want to do it together, and I'm sure you can go the mile, for sure.
JP, thank you for having us at It Matters, and I wish you all the best, and we'll be in touch.
Cheers, man. Take care. Have a good one. Stay safe.
You too.